on our show!
We're talking Han Solo,
Deadpool 2,
and Porgs!
And also, possibly, a Sony crossover.
Unless we cut that story out.
Maybe, we might.
Hang on tight, it's the first episode of the Out of Our Minds podcast!
Woo!
Welcome to the Out of Our Minds podcast. I'm Avery Jones. And that's Mark Brown.
I'm Mark Brown!
Yes, we have been talking about doing this podcast for a little bit here. I'm already talking
That's all, folks.
All right. Bottoms up. All right, so we've been talking about doing podcasts individually for a while, and then, we met and somebody said the magic word podcast.
Bam!
And here we are today talking to you about all sorts of things, non-political things.
No, because that stuff is terrible and boring.
So we're going to try to stay positive. We're going to talk about the things we love, the things we like, and try. You're just repeating everything I say. It's going to be a really easy show for me. Cool. I guess, do I start with the first? I don't.
It's your.
Okay.
Your show.
It is our show.
Yeah, you're right. It's our show.
And now it is time for a breaking news story. Breaking news today. The only thing that we're going to talk about that happens today is Han Solo film got a name, and it's named Solo.
It is named Solo.
Ron Howard put out a thing on Twitter today that they were finally named the movie. And is anyone surprised?
A little. I was kind of hoping for something else.
They've been calling it Red Cup while they were shooting it.
Red Cup.
There are people who are disappointed that it didn't end up being that, which I thought that was just a joke. And I don't know if any Star Wars fan would really be happy with a movie called Red
Red
Cup.
Solo Cup.
I think everybody got the joke.
Oh.
So, that's
Edit.
More edit. This thing's all over the place. Okay.
Yeah, no, but they
just wrapped filming, I believe yesterday,
mm-hmm.
and they made the big announcement today on a Twitter video.
Do they have a release date yet? I know.
Yes, it is May 25th. So it's
May 25th. What? Not a December release date?
I saw that all over Instagram too.
December?
Rogue One.
What?
Rogue One wasn't. Yeah, it was. Wasn't it?
It was.
It was December.
It's
always December.
Yeah, it's always December. Because it was December. This one's December, and then that one's going to be in May?
I guess so. And I don't know why they didn't go May 4th. Closer to May 4th. Because that would have
Yeah, that would make perfect sense.
But
Disney, get your stuff together, man. Put it all in a bag. Put it on your back. But get it together.
Mickey is scared. He's trembling right now.
I bet he is.
Okay, well. And something really exciting now, while we're talking about the Star Wars, we actually have an exclusive interview with one of the stars. Not bad for a first episode.
No, not bad
show.
Whatsoever. I feel like we were very lucky.
So joining us now via the telephone here, all the way from his home in a galaxy far, far away, let's have a hand for everybody's favorite Wookiee, Chewbacca. Chewbacca, welcome to the show. It is great to have you here. We're very happy to hear that the movie just wrapped yesterday. How do you feel about the process there? Well, that's good. How's craft services? I enjoy craft services on movies. That's good.
Yeah, I heard that they had very good mac and cheese.
Oh, big fan.
Yeah, big fan. Yeah. So Chewy, what I really want to know is how do you feel about the title of the movie, with it being named Solo and the pun on the Red Cup title as well?
I'd be a little disappointed too.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are a team, more of a duo than a solo.
Right.
So are you not featured in the movie like we've been led to believe? Okay, he is in the movie.
Okay, so he's in the movie.
To worry about. But I guess you're having to share the spotlight this time, my friend. I know. It's a little disappointing for us too.
I'm
very
sorry.
What's something that we can expect out of this film? Wow. Spoilers.
Oh.
Hey.
Cover your ears at home. 3, 2, 1.
I could have done without that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Spoilers all over the show. Look, we know, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
For the people listening at home and watching at home, we didn't know he was going to spoil that.
Why would you even do that? Look,
and
it's too late. It's too late to apologize.
Our deepest and most serious apologies. Would you make him stop?
Okay, good. Okay, we thank you. Thank you very much, Chewbacca. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the set of Han Solo, it's Chewbacca, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Wait, first show, Avery. First show.
I mean, it's an exclusive, but Star Wars fans are gonna hate us. We're the Jar Jar of podcasts. We're the Porgs of pod. How do you feel about Porgs?
Porgs. I mean, we've only really seen...
I have a Porgs theory. They're flooding the market with Porgs. Everyone's sick of Porgs already. Mm-hmm. I think Porgs are the, hey, look over here, the misdirection. I think they're trying to hide something with the Porgs. Because there was this cute animated video of the Porgs singing the Star Wars theme. And,
I mean, we've really only seen... In the film aspect of it, we've only seen, correct me if I'm wrong, one aspect of it, and that was whenever he was screaming.
And that particular shot's gotten a lot of attention, not only for the Porgs, but because they've digitally enhanced Chewbacca's face, and people are very angry about that.
Really? I did not notice that.
It's because his teeth. The human actor doesn't necessarily have that, as far as I know. So I think they've had to... I thought we told you to get out of here.
Leave!
Moving on.
I did not know that they edited his mouth.
I saw a lot of people online. Like, how dare they ruin my Star Wars?
Really? They said it like that, exactly
with
like that.
With the English accent as they typed?
Yes.
Exactly
in all caps.
That's exactly
and exclamations.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Would English accent be italicized? Or?
You just know.
You just know.
You have an ear for it. Once you have an ear for it, you can see it.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. All right.
What do you have for the show today that may or may not make it into the final cut of the show?
Well, there is potential news of a Sony crossover with Nintendo. Granted, this is hearsay. It is reported by express.co.uk.
Do they talk like this?
Yes.
My Star Wars.
Well, my Sony. My Sony and Nintendo.
Crossover.
No, but it's not as big as people would like.
Explain to me what this means, because I'm not the gamer.
Right.
I played Angry Birds once.
I obviously I am. Fallout. I don't know what that was. But, so basically what this means is Sony has been leading the market since they've come out with the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. They have dominated everyone in the market. And kind of their business aspect is, why would they... If you have a PS4 and you only have PS4 games, you can't play with your Xbox or Nintendo friends who have those systems. And so basically... Nintendo and Microsoft, Xbox have been, reaching out and trying to cross over. That way people can, it doesn't matter if you have a Nintendo system or an Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever, they want it to where you can still play with your friends across all platforms.
Like if you all have the same game, is that
the
way it goes?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
So say like we have Star Wars, the...
Battlefront.
Thank you, Battlefront 2. For all the systems, and you've got a Nintendo, I've got a Wii, and another friend of ours has a PlayStation. Did I say PlayStation?
It doesn't matter. I get what you mean.
You see what I'm saying? Three different systems. Everyone can play online at the same time with each other.
I didn't realize that wasn't a thing.
It is not a thing.
That would be a thing that would happen.
No, because corporate greed is real.
We'd like to thank our sponsors.
We don't have any sponsors. Let's not lie.
No, first episode. If you know anybody, let us
know. Tell your Aunt Tammy that we're looking.
Those little Star Wars boys need some dollars.
Oh yeah, we do. We got to pay the bills.
Right now, I only have one, and that dollar is looking awfully so low.
But yeah, so basically the big thing is it is a Sony Music subsidiary that is actually potentially crossing over. So it's not a full-blown Sony. So don't go out and buy all these games thinking that you're going to play with your friends next week, because that's not what's going to happen.
It's not.
They're testing the waters right now. They're kind of putting their toe in, seeing how it feels to cross over, see if their sales go up, that sort of thing. And it looks like they may be doing some indie games. So Microsoft lovers, I'm sorry, you will not be able to play any of like the God of Wars or the PlayStation exclusives such as Uncharted. Yet.
Oh, I never thought of that. There wouldn't be any crossover that way.
There wouldn't. Okay. You would, if you had an Xbox, you would have to buy a PlayStation in order to play those games, and vice versa for the Microsoft systems as well.
It's all a racket.
Yes, That's
why I don't believe in such things.
But they're fun.
I'm sure they are.
They're very fun. So, Deadpool.
Deadpool just wrapped. I believe 2 days ago.
Yes!
And it is on its way. I've got a release date for that one as well. June 1st.
June 1st.
You only have to wait till June 1st. That one's, it was Valentine's Day last time. Mm-hmm. And then they fast-tracked it. So we would have had to wait a lot longer. That wrapped, I believe, a couple of days ago. And there was Ryan Reynolds, who seems to be the greatest human being.
He's
Is
wonderful.
there any scandal with Ryan Reynolds? I've never heard of.
Other than
I don't
him...
keep up with my...
Other than, like, him being a terrible, Project X.
I meant as a person, not as considering the roles he took.
I mean, other than him being, a terrible Green Lantern.
But he's redeemed himself with Deadpool.
No. I just those are two very big strikes.
Never seen them. I was warned against them, and I stayed away.
Yeah.
He's great in Deadpool. That's all I know. Posted a very nice post about all of the thanking like each department on the movie.
Yes,
on
nice.
Instagram, and it was like a real classy,
very nice,
classy move. I thought on his part.
Very nice.
And he said the something about every scene is full of Easter eggs. The set dressing. So there's no telling what's in it.
Oh, I love Easter eggs.
So
it's my favorite time of year.
We need some. See, we got Easter eggs in June, and Star Wars in May.
We're just gonna have a year full
everything of... Everything is.
It's like, oh, we didn't hold it till December, but here, have it all at once.
That's good. I will take it. Put it in that bag with all of Disney stuff. Throw it over my shoulder.
Yes. Speaking of Disney stuff, another movie has dropped its trailer this week. Black Panther.
Yes, I've seen it a couple of times.
So have I.
I'm not familiar with Black Panther, so I don't know all of the Easter eggs there as well.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Black Panther, but from what I understand, people are really excited about the way that they're taking this cultural journey through the forest and the jungles of Africa and that sort of thing, which is very cool. When I forget the actor's name, but the guy who played on Sherlock.
Martin Freeman?
Martin Freeman, yes. When Martin Freeman has the line of, I've seen men make suits out of steel and, I've seen aliens fall out of the sky, that sort of stuff, and I've never seen anything like this. That gave me chills. I was like, oh, this is going to be good.
Are they letting this be the Black Panther movie, or have they said, Iron Man's going to show up?
No,
Spider-Man's going to show up
from what I saw... It is just, and I thought the same thing because at the end of Civil War they dropped off the Winter Soldier in Wakanda, and I was like, okay, well maybe it's like a Black Panther Winter Soldier team up. I didn't see anybody from the Avengers or anybody,
because they're even dropping Doctor Strange into Ragnarok, which I think is a strange choice.
Hey,
I didn't even do that on purpose. I'm gonna drink some more of my water.
I think that is definitely a strange choice, but I do feel like they I like the fact that they are giving Black Panther his own movie. I like the fact that they are going to the roots of it, and that they're actually showing, they're representing people of their own nationalities.
It's like like Doctor Strange and Guardians. There's not the Marvel world is so cluttered. It's nice
huge.
to have just a little be over in this corner for a minute. Mm-hmm. We know a little bit about him and how he knows the guys. But
it's kind of like Spider-Man: Homecoming. I think the only thing I could have liked a little bit more about Spider-Man: Homecoming was a little bit less Iron Man. I just wanted to see how Peter Parker handled things on his own. I think that's the reason why I didn't like it as much as everybody else did. I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying I didn't like it as much as everyone else did.
That's out on DVD next week. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Pick up your Steelbook edition at Best Buy. Not a sponsor,
but hey,
but just thought I would mention that. Speaking of Ragnarok, there's scandal in Thor Ragnarok. What? Mark Ruffalo on the red carpet premiere was doing a Facebook Live event. Is your neck all right? This is a little too Pirates of the Caribbean for me. The ride, not the movie.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo on the red carpet was doing a Facebook Live and went in to watch the movie and kind of butt dialed the world with a couple of minutes of the movie.
Yep.
And I may or may not have listened to it.
Did it?
It sounds a bit like
it's
that.
Like Thor, Hulk, Loki.
Yes.
Loki. Hammer broken.
Spoilers.
Yeah. But I imagine that he's in some sort of hot water.
If he wasn't the Hulk, he probably would be. But I don't know if there's been any repercussions. Maybe not any public repercussions, but
definitely probably not.
If
public,
Ed Norton shows back up in Infinity War, we'll know.
We'll know. Sorry, Mark. We're gonna have to part ways on creative differences.
Speaking of insiders and ones that are not in Mark Ruffalo's pocket, we have an insider at Marvel Studios who is actually taking part in Infinity War that is releasing eventually, ultimately. 1 part, 2 part, we don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to go. I believe his name is Kyle. He's on the phone now. Kyle, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, Avery?
How are you? Welcome to the Out of Our Minds podcast. You are one of our very first guests.
Oh, man. This is so cool.
You and Chewbacca.
Oh, what?
I know. It's crazy, right? We hear that you've been working on the movie, and you have some insight for us. Some behind the scenes scoop. So let's have it.
Yeah. Okay. So I play
I bet you're somebody really cool, like one of the Centurion Iron Man guys. Something like that.
Yeah. No, totally.
Okay.
My part is crucial. It's crucial.
Good. Okay. Are you gonna get in any trouble for talking to us?
I mean, I signed an NDA.
Okay.
I don't really know what that means, but
it's non-disclosure agreement. You got to sign one of those. They don't want you spoiling all the secrets.
Is that what that means?
But you're already on the roll, so let's.
Okay. So like I said, I'm super important. But I don't play one of the guard dudes. Apparently you had to be super buff, and I was 40 pounds overweight, is what the producer told me.
That's the way
so
it is.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, dude.
But I play civilian number 98.
What do you do in the movie?
I stand around until something happens, and then I'll run. It was crucial, right? Because if they didn't have people running, then what would the movie be about? Who would the Avengers be protecting?
Are you rescued by one of the Avengers then? Does Iron Man swoop in to save you? Do you catch Cap's shield? What is anything other than standing?
I mean, no, but the Hulk comes in and he flipped a rock over.
Okay, how does that process look like? Mark Ruffalo, is it a mocap thing?
Yeah, no, he's in this weird suit. I don't know, with a bunch of balls on it. Balls. Yeah. But yeah, so the Hulk acts like he flips rock over because obviously the Hulk is computers.
So this was all CGI.
Yeah, and then the rock flipped over and it almost hit me. Yeah. I almost was a millionaire.
Kyle, I believe you have wasted our time today on the show.
Oh no! So like, I gave you some like really juicy stuff, and Mark said that I could totally get paid.
Mark isn't even getting paid. What do you? There's no way you're getting paid.
But could like I have his paycheck?
There is no check, Kyle. I'm sorry. We'll have to check in with you later. I know. I'm sure you have 1,000 interesting stories, but we're gonna have to end the call now.
But,
Thanks.
okay, so
Goodbye, Kyle. Thanks for joining us. We're gonna have to talk about our talent coordinating. We'll have to get together on that.
I did kind of mention to him that he would be paid in some fashion.
Turn the camera off. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Sorry about that. Just a little behind the scenes, the conversation, the business talk, as it were.
Spat on me.
You deserved it. All right, what are you doing for Halloween, Mark? Any plans?
I was just gonna like hand out candy to kids and scare them and stuff.
Every year I have bought candy, no one has come to the door.
You know, it was really weird because my mom lives in this like cul-de-sac area that's like the place to go to whenever it's Halloween time, and it was really weird whenever I moved out. I was expecting the same thing, and so I bought like 20 pounds of candy one year, and then no one showed up. And then
my family didn't believe in the whole trick or treating thing, so I didn't get to play. So I moved out and into my house where I am, and I bought this huge pumpkin, like as big as this table, huge pumpkin full, and not a single.
Do you still have some?
I did throw it away.
Why would you throw away candy?
It had expired.
Turn off the camera.
You spat on me.
You deserved it.
Well, all this Halloween talk. This Halloween, Little Shop of Horrors is returning to movie theaters. The 1980 movie directed by Frank Oz. Yoda himself directed this thing.
Really, I did not know that.
Yes,
that's a very interesting.
And the interesting thing about this coming to theaters is it has the original ending. It's the director's cut. Do you know about this?
I did not know about that.
Okay, so they filmed the movie, and it's based on the Broadway show.
Right.
The Broadway show has an ending where all of the characters, spoilers, get eaten by the giant plant and die. No one survives. Mm-hmm. And so that's the version they shot for the film. They showed it at a premiere, and everyone hated them for it. So they had to go back and film a happy ending in about 2 months. Oh, no. And this original ending got lost and left on the floor, and no one knew it even existed for a long time. And they found it and restored it a couple years ago for one of the Blu-ray releases, and now it is coming to theaters October 29th and 31st through Fathom Events, and we've got a couple locally, so I'm going to go check it out.
Awesome.
So there's a lot of cool things there.
Let's go
There's
check
tons of like miniature work, and it's all practical. There's no CGI or anything.
Really?
So it's all practical puppets and miniatures and stuff like that. So
that is awesome. That is so
a whole year's worth of work on the alternate ending that ended up on the floor. I had to put that together.
That just kind of blows my mind. Like the claymation puppets, like Lego, little figurine movies or whatever. Like that stuff blows my mind. The fact that they spend so much time on it and it really only ends up to be like... I was
into that for about 2 months, and I got bored really fast.
Yeah.
And moved on. Now there's apps for it, and I'm very, very angry about that because I was using a VCR.
In the old school days.
In my day.
Yes, I was having to use the VCR.
I don't want one of those dubbed players.
Dubbed players. You sound like my grandmother. Ma, can you come down and fix my dub player? It's not working right. All I see is a blue screen. Well, grandmother, you have to turn it on. Oh.
Is your grandmother a ghost?
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Is that it?
I think that is all we have today.
Oh, man.
And you were nice.
Well, at the end of every show, you know what we like to do. Talk about Liam Neeson's Oh, wait a minute. That's a different
That's
podcast.
a different
Sorry.
podcast.
Sorry, everybody.
My mom's gonna watch. I'm gonna have to bleep that.
Thank you for tuning in to our first episode. Hopefully, it'll be a lot more to come. If you like what you see here, please subscribe. It'll be Out of Our Minds podcast on Twitter, on Facebook. Where else are we at?
We're also on SoundCloud, where you'll find this show for a little bit until we get that whole iTunes debacle figured out. And if you did watch the show, leave us just a comment of the word "watched." We want to know that somebody's out there, so we know we're not just doing this for ourselves.
Right. Because views do count. I mean, obviously, hit play several times, but also...
You can't do that. You can't...
Yes, you can't do it. So, hit play several times, but also, if you did watch the thing all the way through, we would really appreciate it if you would just leave the comment "watch." And also, leave you comments on what we should talk about next week.
If you would like to send us any ideas, we are Out of Our Minds podcast at gmail.com, among the other places. But until then, we'll just be here.
Because we are out of ideas and out of our minds. See ya!
Oh, Chewbacca back.